I should have did my brows. Hey True, how are you, babe? Welcome in, True. Let's see. How is everybody doing? Hi, I am back. Took a hiatus. I was tired, y'all. How's everybody doing? I was super duper tired. I said, you know what? Rest and be back. How's everyone doing? How is everyone's week so far? What is it, Wednesday? I'm just trying to tighten up my brows. Hello. Hey, Keisha, how are you, girl? I'm just trying to tighten up my brows a little bit because they've been growing. I've been putting castor oil on my brows, and they're really, really growing. So, Keisha, you're great. That's great. Yeah, it's good to be great, especially in these times. So I am back. Hey, how was your holiday and birthday? Oh, shoot. I'm always doing something extra, y'all. I'm always doing something extra with this. Hey Tamika, how you doing? Kalanda, hey. Sunny B, I'm good. How are you? Can you do a tutorial on that hair? Love it. Thank you. I'm trying to get into this frontal situation. The hair is super, super pretty. I'm gonna do a tutorial. I'll probably do something on live. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll probably do something on live because it's a lot. But thank you. My birthday was fun. It was low key. I didn't do too much. I didn't do too much. So yeah. Just blessed to see another year. That's it. So, hey, how you doing? So I'm going to do my brows because I never do my brows on live. So I'm going to use, this is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. This is what I use on my brows. So I'm just going to put some on here. A matter of fact, let me get a makeup wipe. No, I'm not going to get a makeup wipe. I'm going to get some witch hazel. I just cleaned my brows up and I didn't even like go through. Hey. I didn't even like clean up my brows or anything. So I'm going to take some witch hazel and I'm gonna clean them up because I just jumped right into the priming of the eyes, and we're not gonna do that. So I'm gonna do my brows on camera to show you guys how I do my brows. It's not nothing crazy, but you know. But how is everybody doing today? It's super duper cold. Happy belated birthday. Oh, you're a Sagittarius like me. Oh, thank you, Sunny B. When is your birthday? So I could tell you happy birthday or happy belated. I appreciate everything you guys do. I got so much birthday wishes in my comments. I truly, truly appreciate you guys. So I'm gonna zoom y'all in a little bit. Kalanda's in the building. Yeah, we got Tamika, we got Keisha, we got True, we got Sunny. Mine is December 19th. Oh, nice. So you got some time before yours get here. My mom is the last day, the 21st of December. So yeah, me and my mom were both Sagittarius, which is so weird because we're so different. If you see me and my mother, like, you'd be like, that's your mama. But I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit. I changed up the backdrop, you know, just trying to get y'all a little some saucy. So yeah, so I am going to, this is okay. I'm not gonna trip over this right here because it'll go away. I'm not tripping about it. But you want to make sure that it is dry. And thank you for the like. You want to make sure they're dry, okay? I'm gonna put this light on. You want to make sure your brows are dry before you start to go in. I'm gonna use something affordable today for my brows. I just had it. This is the Nikkei. I was speaking about this in my last live that I really, really love this. So this is the Nikkei eyebrow pencil, and this is in the color dark brown. So I'm gonna get my sharpener. I should have did this before, but you know how I go, girl. So I'm gonna sharpen it. I just like to do my brows with a super duper sharp pencil. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna just sharpen it really quick. And we're gonna get into this live. Oh, and I'm gonna show you guys like all my palettes. So I'm gonna try to go live with each palette. So I have a bunch. I have a bunch of let me show you guys my Juvia's Place palette. I gotta zoom back out. So these are all my palettes from Juvia's Place. Not yet, I didn't see it. All of these are palettes from Juvia's Place. So I literally want to do a live doing a makeup look with all of these. So that's exciting. I've just been testing out the shadows and things like that, and I love them. I don't need to keep retesting them. So I'm just going to jump into these palettes. I'm going to use 3 palettes from Juvia's Place today while my brows are drying. I'll just show you guys. So this is the Nomad palette. I think this is a pretty packaging. I love the packaging. I really got it because of the packaging. It's just, I'm just a package person. But it's super duper salute. Hey Gary. So salute, I guess. So this is what it looks like. So this is called the Nomad palette. So I feel like I'm gonna dibble and dabble into this one today. This is the Warrior 2 palette. Love this palette. So pretty. This is before I got into color. Like this used to be my baby right here. So this is the Warrior 2 palette. And then I'm gonna go into the Saharan 2 palette. So I'm gonna go into all 3 today. So this is what the palette looks like. Super duper pretty. So I have a bunch of eyeshadow palettes and we're gonna show them some love. So I'm gonna leave them here. I'm coming live again tomorrow. I'll be live again Friday. So I'm gonna leave the stack of Juvia's Place palettes here. I think I'm gonna switch it up. I'm not gonna do all Juvia's and then all Crayon Case. So today I'll probably do Juvia's. Tomorrow I'll probably do Crayon Case. And then Friday I'll probably do makeup, Plain and Makeup by Yolando. That's how I wanna switch it up. So I'm just going to get into my brows. So like I said, I'm using the Nikkei pencil for my brows. And I'm gonna zoom y'all in a little bit. Okay. A little bit. Zoom y'all in. Boo, can you do me a big favor? Can you put this light on for me? So I'm gonna get into the brows. So what I do is, let me get the mirror. This little one right here for me. Yeah, if you could just, I can't get it. I forgot to turn it on. I don't want it too bright. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. So I'm gonna get the brows. I'm gonna put my mirror close. Thank you. And what I do is I brush my brow hairs up. The one thing I love about this pencil, well, most pencils nowadays, they come with a spoolie and the actual pencil on the other side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to outline the bottom. Let me try to turn it this way. Okay. So I'm gonna outline the bottom of the brow. And I'm just gonna create a shape. My brow really doesn't have a tail. So I'll just create the tail. So this is what I have. I start in the middle where I want my arch to be. So I'll start like right here and I'll pull it up. So that's gonna create my arch. And then I'm gonna pull it down to meet the other line. So that's how I do my tail. Let me get that out of the way. Let me get a clip. Oh, I'm sticking myself. Okay, so I'm gonna clip this away. And I'm just going to redefine and create a thicker, like little tail here. So this is what I like. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna create a straight line just to connect. If I feel fancy, I'm gonna add another pencil. This is, let's see. This my hair is black. I'm gonna fill it in. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Perfect Brow. I'm just gonna go on the tail and I'm gonna fill it in. And that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna go in the front of my brow with this pencil because it's way too dark. This is in the color dark brown, but Anastasia Beverly Hills, their products run really, really dark. So I'll use like chocolate or dark brown, and that's pretty much it. Because like if you use ebony, it's just literally like a black. I'm going to take that same pencil that I used to create the brow, and I'm just going to take it, and you do it so effortlessly. Oh, thank you, Sunny. Like, to be honest with you, brows and like a wing liner always gave me problems when I first started, and I focused on those more. I recently got into color. I would say like the past 2-3 years I got into color, because all my tutorials will be like browns and golds. So you know, I was always soft with it because I wanted to perfect brows and wings. Once I got into that and I perfected it, I moved on to the color. So that's why most of my palettes look like this, because it's just neutral colors. So I'm just gonna, you know, go back into that. So I'm gonna take the same brow pencil that I used to create the line on the top and on the bottom, and I'm just gonna hold it on the side. So literally I was using the point of the pencil. Now I'm gonna use the side, and I'm just going to lightly feather the product in. Like, I don't want it to be too dark, because you always want the front of your brow to have like that fading effect. So I'm just gonna use the side and fill it in. Now I'm gonna take the spoolie again, and I'm just going to blend that in. So I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna feather it up to the front, and I'm going to push my brows back up. Now I'm gonna zoom in, like right here. I have like a missing little situation there. So I'm gonna take the tip of the brush, and I'm just going to fill that in. So literally that's how I do my brows. And then I'm just going to feather this really quick. And then don't worry about it being like super duper, don't worry about it being super duper perfect. That's what the concealer comes in, and you will perfect the brow, trust me. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna line it. So literally the shape that you want your brow to have, that's the shape you're gonna draw. Because remember, you're creating it, so you'll be fine. So I'm gonna go to the middle, and I'm gonna go up. And I do like half moons, like half moon stroke when I'm creating my tail, and then I'll pull it down. Right? Now I'm gonna take that same Anastasia Beverly Hills pencil, and I'm gonna fill in my tail. And then I could proceed and do the rest of the brow, which is here. You're gonna connect it. We're gonna turn it on its side, and we're gonna pull it. And then you're gonna take the spoolie, and then you're going to blend it in. So the spoolie is gonna help you distribute the product to the front of the brow. I always brush it up, and I'll fill in any gaps that I feel like I had. And that's pretty much what you do. You're gonna look, it's gonna look boxy, it's gonna look, one is gonna look higher than the other. Trust me, trust the process. It all depends on how you do your brow. With me, I always brush it up and give me, like, I give myself like leeway right here, because I know I'm gonna cut this off anyway. So that's what I'm gonna do. So basically, I'm just gonna switch something really fast. So I'm gonna use a concealer. I feel like I'm going to use a Makeup Revolution concealer, and this is in the color 10.5. So this is the concealer color that I highlight under my brow with. So I'm just going to take that, and I do have a brush. I know I do. Okay, so I'm going to take an angle brush just because you can use a flat brush, but I don't have it here with me, which is fine. So I'm just going to take some of that. I'm going to get some products on it. I really don't put it on the back of my hand. You can, but I'm just going to take a little bit off of the tip, and I'm taking the excess product and I'm wiping it on the bottom. So you get the product from the top, and then you wipe it on the bottom. So I'm just gonna look straight, and I'm just gonna trace it. So yeah, so is everyone following? Okay, so I'm gonna take the same concealer on the other side, I don't do short strokes until I know I have the brow how I want it. Meaning once the brush comes into contact with my brow, I do not lift it off. So I will just go commit. I tell people commit and then just pull it down. So with me, I'm a perfectionist, so I'm just going to always make sure that my brow is on point. So I'm just going to take it again. I'm going to get a little more product. Get a little more product. Okay. It's like the product wasn't coming out. How are you today, my love? Hi, Michelin. How are you? How's your day going so far? So I'm going to pull the concealer down. I'm going to pull it down, and then I'm going to buff it out eventually. I think it's the concealer, too. I'm going to change the concealer. I feel like this concealer is perfect for under my eyes, but I don't like how it's doing with my brow, so I'm going to switch it. I'm going to switch it to the L'Oreal Infallible, and this is in the color Cashew. So I'm just going to get the same brush, and I'm going to get the product. Make sure that it's coated on both sides, but you don't need too much. Hey, thank you, Michelin. I'm gonna come in and pull it down. Now with this brow is always shorter. So I always have to elongate it. I went a little high with my arch for some strange reason. So I'm gonna fix that up once I get to the top, but I had to elongate that brow for some reason. It looked really, really short. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to clean up the other side. I usually do these off camera, but so why not? Okay, so this is what we have. So let me get out of that. Sorry, guys. Just switching real quick. Uh-oh. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna pull. This is always my favorite brow, always. It just always comes out pretty and perfect. Let's skip that. I'm just gonna pull it down. Like, this is my perfect. I love this brow. My left brow, nah. So you're gonna do that. Yeah, and it was a concealer as well. I think the concealer is just too loose for under my brows. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna buff it out. Where is my buffing brush? Where is the buffing brush? I'm always looking something. I just got on laugh. Really? Just got on laugh. Okay, so I'm gonna take this one and I'm just going to buff it out, because when we're ready to do eyeshadow, it'll be perfect. So this is one brow. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other. I may cut that tail off. I just made it a little longer than necessary because sometimes I have to cut it off. So I'm gonna go in and do the same thing. Okay, and then I'll pull it down. Yeah, this concealer is so much better. I never use the Makeup Revolution concealers under my brows, and I see why. Because it's really good. Like, it's a really loose concealer, which is good, but I don't want it for under my. I don't want that for under my brows. So I'm gonna pat the concealer into place, and then I'm gonna take my buffing brush and I'm gonna buff it down. This is perfect for me because when I do my eyeshadow, all I have to do is put the base on my eyes, and I'll be good to go. So we're just gonna do that. Now with the top, I always use a darker concealer just because my foundation will cover that up, but I would rather have it be too dark than too light. I don't like that halo brow effect. So I'm going to go in with this Deep Golden from CoverGirl, and I'm just going to do the top of my brows. I need to cut this a little bit right here. I need to bring it up, and then I need to bring this down. So I'm going to take a brush on, take this pencil on the side. What am I saying? Take the pencil on the side, and then we're gonna blend it. So it's like trial and error. So this is what the brow is looking like, and it looks fine to me. So I'm just going to clean it up a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the darker concealer on that same brush, and I'm going to outline the top. And I'm going to cut some of that top off because I don't need all of that brow. So we're going to cut it. And then I'm going to pull it up so that when I'm doing my foundation, I don't have to get too close. And that's how I cut my brow. So I'm going to do the same thing on the top. I mean, on the other side. So you're going to take it and you're just going to drag it. If you're a beginner, you can go stroke by stroke, but I feel like when you go stroke by stroke, you'll make a bigger mistake because you're removing and applying the brush. So, you know, you're not going to remember where you left off. So you may mess up and go into the other brow. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. I'm going to just add a little bit more concealer. And then I'm going to pull it up. So I'd rather have a darker brow, well, above my brow, than have that halo effect. So this is what we have. And then I'm going to blend that out. So yes, it's darker than me, so you're going to see it until I do foundation, which is fine. But at least the brows are done. And we're going to zoom in. We're going to start to do some eyeshadow. So I'm going to take my base today. I'm going to, hopefully this is a color base in here. Yes. What color base is this? This is 06. This is too dark. This is 03. Okay, so we're going to take 03 from P. Louise. This is old school. This is not even a new packaging. So I'm going to take some of that and I'm going to put it on my eyes because I don't need my base to be too light today because I'm not doing any color. I'm going to be doing a neutral, not a neutral, but I'm going to be doing a fall kind of eyeshadow look. So I put too much, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take the rest and we're just going to place it on the other eye. Waste not, want not, right? So we're going to just blend that out. And like I said, I'm going to be working with the 3 palettes. I'll re-show it in a second. But yeah, I'm going to do Juvia's Place today and Crayon Case tomorrow and Plan and Makeup on Friday. And then I'll just keep rotating. But yeah, I'm going to use those palettes today. This is a lot of base. I used... but I was able to spread it out, so it's okay. So this is what we have. Anybody have any questions so far? If not, I'm going to move on to shadow. But this is what we have. Okay. Alrighty. So the palettes, I'll zoom back out to show you guys the palettes again. So I'll be using the Saharan 2 palette that looks like this. This is the Warrior 2. She looks like that. And then I'm going to be using the Nomad palette, maybe a color or 2. This is what the Nomad palette looks like inside. And then this is outside. These are some OG palettes. Okay, so I feel like I'm going to move these palettes because it's just a whole bunch. Let me move them really fast before I drop them. Okay, and I'll show you the Plan and Makeup by Yolanda palettes tomorrow because I got a few of those too. More Juvia than Plan and Makeup, but they're a lot. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this burgundy color. What is it called? Zara. So I'm going to go in with Zara. She's super pretty. I'm going to go in the crease with Zara. Just going to get a brush really fast. And I'm going to go into Zara. I got my mirror. I was supposed to get my mirror and I didn't get it out. Can't be doing that thing. You got to be prepared. Even as prepared as I try to be, there's always something I forget because I have so much stuff. But I try. Okay, so I'm going to go in with that burgundy color. And I'm going to keep her right in my actual crease. And I'm going to pat her in. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to pat her here. So she's a pretty burgundy. So this is my actual crease. So I'm going to just pat her right here. And I'm going to go on the other side. Really fast. And then I'm going to change my brush because I want to go into an orange. So this is what we have, right? So I'm just going to blend it in. We'll push it in. I'll push it up a little higher. So when I put that orange, I'm going to overlap that orange and that burgundy. So I'm going to change my brush. And I'm going to do the same palette, but I'm going in with the orange. So I went in with this first in the crease. Now I'm going in with this one. And this is from the Saharan palette. And I'm going to overlap that burgundy. Well, it's really like a pinky because it has like a really, really deep pink undertone, but it's a burgundy. And with these palettes, I tap because they have a lot of not fallout, but it just a lot of product gets on your brush. So I'm gonna overlap that orange and that burgundy. Just right up in here. I want them to marry and have a great marriage. So I'm just going to blend that. I know new style. I love the new style of your baby hair. Thank you, Michelin. Okay, so now I'm gonna blend this one right on top, and I want them to marry. But these palettes are super pigmented, so I always make sure that I tap off the excess powder because Lord knows. I'm gonna go back in with the brush that I used for that burgundy. No more product, but I'm just gonna use whatever's left on. Oh, look at me, look at me. It's so pigmented. So I'm going to take the brush that I used, that first color, which was the burgundy, and I'm just going to make sure that the burgundy is not lost just because we blended right over it. And I'm just going to push it in. Go back in with the brush that has the orange. And I'm just going to blend. Okay, so now we're going to diffuse that line. So I'm going to go in with this yellow color right here. This yellow from the Nomad Palette on a clean brush. And I'm just going to try to diffuse under my brow bone. So we all set? Yeah. So we're going to blend this in. So we're going to tap it. Make sure that I got the right color. We're going to tap it right on top. Did anyone say anything? Okay. So we're going to tap it right on top, because you want it to blend and diffuse. So I'm just gonna tap it. And I'm gonna go back with that brush that has the orange, and I'm going to just make sure the orange is still visible. You want it to be visible, but you don't want it to overpower the yellow. So I'm gonna go back in with some more of that yellow, and I'm gonna tap it on first, and then I'm gonna blend it out. I want some color right up under my brow bone for some reason, so I'm gonna tap it there, and then I'm gonna blend it. Most likely I'll put like a shimmer shade right here, maybe. So I'm just gonna take that brush that has the orange, and we're gonna blend. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Get the color, tap, tap, and then we're gonna pat it, and then we're gonna blend. And then I'm gonna go in with that brush that has the orange on it, and I'm gonna make sure that the orange is still relevant to blend it in. I'm gonna go back into that palette, and I want to pick up some more orange. I don't have any more on my brush, so I'm just going to tap it, and then I'm going to blend because I want to make sure you still see that orange. And now I'm gonna go back in with the brush that has the yellow on it, and just go in. And of course you got to go back in with that brush that has the burgundy, just because you have to blend all the colors. So now I'm just gonna blend this in. Okay, so for the lid, I feel like I'm gonna cut the crease, but I'm going to add this neutral color. I love this neutral color. It's so pretty. So I'm going to put this color on the lid. This is like a super, super neutral color. And this is from the Warrior 2 palette. So yes, I'm going to put that like right here. And then I put a shimmer in the outer. Oh God. So I think this has a shimmer. Yeah. So this has a shimmer. This is the Nomad palette. It has a pretty shimmer in it right here. So I'm going to put that in the inner corner. This is a pretty nude too. So I got to see which one is lighter in color. Let me just see. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to go in with this one first, and then I'm going to go in with this on the lid. So I'm just going to take a wipe from the crayon case, and I'm going to clean up where I want my cut crease to be. So I'm just gonna clean it up. So yeah, I'm not gonna do nothing that's smoky. I'll do like a smoky tomorrow, like a smoky eye or something. I'm just gonna clean my lid off. I always do that. Always go too deep here, all the time, all the time. So I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'll put some base there. But in the meantime, I'm just going to get my base again. I want a whiter base today, so I'm gonna use another P. Louise base. What P. Louise base am I gonna use today? This is 4. Nope. This is 0.5. This is really, really white, but I'm gonna use it anyway. And I'm gonna get my brush. Where's my brush? Oh, my brush is here. Duh. Yep. So I'm gonna use my cut crease brush. This is from Wink for Me LLC, the Professor set, and this is the number 8 brush. So this is the biggest brush that she has. So I'm going to cut my crease. Well, fill it in, not really cut it. I already cut it. So I'm gonna fill it in while the other side is drying. So I'm just gonna cut it. And I can't talk through this part, so please bear with me. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit more from the back of my hand. Hey Maddie, what's going on? How's everything going? Okay, so we kind of pat that in. I feel like I'm gonna put something dark on the outside, but I made a little mistake. So you're gonna turn your brush upside down and you're gonna blend that away. Flip your brush, just make sure you have enough product, and you're gonna blend away that problem. Okay, okay. So I'm gonna put this back. Well, not really. I'm gonna cut it. So I'm gonna cut the next side. I'm gonna add a darker color on the outside anyway, so it's okay. So I'm gonna repeat the same thing on the next side. Hey everyone. Hey Joyce. Welcome in. I have a stray here. Stray here. That's bothering me. Okay. So I'm just going to map this out. I have this little brush I said I was gonna try. I don't even know where I put it. This is the tiniest cut crease brush I have seen in my life. But I made it this thin. It's super duper thin. Can y'all see that? It's so thin. I said I was gonna use it. I keep forgetting because I don't have it out. So I keep forgetting to grab it, but it's okay. So I'm going to just try to match each side. And then we're gonna make sure that we cut here. I went a little too high, so I'm gonna take that burgundy and I'm just gonna blend it away. Blend it away. Get some more color. I'm about the numbers, D. Just do your thing. So we're gonna blend it. Get some more. This is the most tedious part of doing an eyeshadow look. Okay, nose is itch me. So this is a little higher. I'm gonna fix that other one. I'm not liking it. So we're gonna fix it. Okay, we're just gonna pat it. I'm not tedious when it comes to my cut creases at all. But I'm gonna fix this side because this side is way too wide for me. So I'm just gonna take some of that burgundy and I'm just going to close it back out. Flip your brush and close it out. And that's how you close out your cut crease. Don't go crazy doing it all over, like, no. I'm just gonna add some more of that burgundy here. Just close out your cut crease. Flip your brush and close it out. And that's pretty much it. You're gonna need to tighten it up sometimes, but I'd rather tighten it up than do it all over. So I'm gonna go in here. I got a little bit of base right here. Okay. Social distancing.
She said people are going to need 2 doses of the COVID shot.
Well,
2 doses?
but once you get the shot, say you get the vaccine, you don't have to wear a mask anymore?
That's a good question.
That's what I want to know. I'm not interested in taking it, but I'm just saying. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm gonna go in with just trying to see what color I want to do. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this dark brown right here on the outer V. And I'm just gonna close this out. Just because, I don't know, I always cut my crease and I don't want to cut it too deep, and I always cut it too deep. I can't. I don't know why I do that. So we have this, and I'm gonna do it on the other side. And I am hooded, so as you can see, I have some base that wasn't covered. So I always like to pull my eyebrow up and then just go in and make sure it's fully covered. And do the same thing on the other side. Okay. I'm gonna take a clean brush and I'm just gonna do some blending. My burgundy went crazy. So I'm just gonna blend it out. Just blending it out. And my brown is still not covered. Can't. Let me pull my, I don't like to pull my eyes, but we don't have to pull it today. Okay, Just do some blending. I went a little high on this one, but it's okay. I'm gonna go in and go under my brow. And I'm gonna go in with that yellow, just to try to get something under control here. I need a brush, I need a brush, I need a brush. I went too high with that yellow. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean with that burgundy, but it's okay. What's that brush? Just to make sure, I'm trying to just clean this up really fast. Okay, so it is what it is. So I'm gonna go in with another brush, and I'm going to take this nude color right here. It's not coming out. Let me see. This nude. I think I can't even press it. And I'm just gonna go right here, and I'm gonna blend it into the brown. And I'm going to flip the brush and use it to do the other side. And I'm going to go back in with that brown just to make sure that they're overlapping smoothly. Just tapping it. And we're going to tap this side. And then I'm going to go in with that shimmery color like I showed you guys. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. The shimmery color right here, I'm gonna go in with that. I just went in with this nude. I'm not gonna wet my brush. I'm just going to pack it on. Oh, that's pretty. So pretty, look at that. So pretty. And then we're gonna do the other side. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back in with that orange brush, and I'm just going to blend. I feel like this brown is just not doing it for me. So I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna take this darker brown right here, and I'm just going to go over that brown. For some reason, the other brown is just like not doing it. Just right here, just to add a little bit more depth and to help blend. But ultimately, I'm gonna go back in with that brown from the, what is this? Saharan 2 palette, and I'm just gonna go back over it. Just need a little help. Just a little help. So that's what we have so far. So I'm just going to clean up and tighten it up. Once you start to clean up, you'll see that it looks better. And I'm just gonna take a clean brush that has brown that is not clean, and I'm just going to blend a little bit. I wanna blend this brown in. So I'm gonna take this brown right here. No, I'm not gonna take that brown. I'm gonna go in with this palette right here. This is the Warrior 2 palette. And I'm gonna take this soft brown right here, and I'm gonna use that because I want right here to be a little bit more blended. So yeah, and that did the trick. And I'm just gonna take it, and I'm gonna do the same thing right here. Just to give it a little more warmth in the crease. So this is what we have. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do my wing. You already know a wing was coming. So I'm gonna take, ooh, my phone is gonna die. So I'm gonna take, let me plug your up. So I'm gonna take my crayon case Sharp Me and my liquid. No, I'm not gonna use this one today. I have another one. Where is it? I hate it. I have a Sephora liner and I was like, I have to use it. Nah, I don't see it. Oh, got it. Okay. So I'm gonna use my Sephora liner today. I had it and literally just took the packaging off because I need to use it. So I'm gonna fill it in with this, but I'm still going to use my Line Me liner. So I'm just going to line. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I went in a little high. Went a little high. So I'm gonna have to go a little higher with this one. I'm gonna pull it in. You have to make them the same. It is what it is. So I'm gonna line it. And I'm gonna take the Sephora liner. I haven't used this before, but I heard that it's super, super dark and matte, and I want a matte wing today. So I'm just gonna fill it in. And make sure that you sharpen up that line. But we're gonna clean it up with concealer anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna tighten it up. And I'm going to fit it right here. I want to make sure that you got this all the way together. Okay, and I'm gonna let them dry because I need them dry. But I'm gonna get some concealer in the meantime. What concealer I'm gonna use? What color is this? Nope. Hey, Chrissy, how are you? What is going on, girl? So I'm gonna take a concealer. I'm gonna wait till it's dry, like dries down. I need to fix this. We're gonna fix this right here. Fix this right up in here. I'm gonna clean it up. I'm good. How are you? I'm good. Thank you for asking. I am good. I can't complain. I'm alive. I'm healthy. I'm fine. Just tighten up these hair wangs. And then I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to clean that up because I want to make sure that the line is super duper sharp. I feel like I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to take some concealer. And when you're using concealer, make sure that it's one that will give you some time because some of these dry really fast like this. So be careful. So let me do that. And we're gonna pull it down. This can dry in place, which is fine because I don't want to touch the wing when I'm doing my foundation because I always mess it up. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna cut that wing. So if you felt like you made a mistake or you messed up on your wing, you can always use this method to fix it. Like I want it to be more sharp. I feel like I went into it a little bit too much. So I'm gonna fix that. I just had the thing in my hand. I'm always losing something. Where is my thing? Where is my thing? I just have the thing in my hand. I can't with myself. I always lose something. It's every live. I'm like, I just had it. Where'd it go? But anywho, I'm going to use the other one because I don't know where that one is. Just to fix up on the side. I'm going to go right here and just darken it back up. Because I feel like I went in too much. So I'm going to go back in with a concealer. And I'm just going to try to tighten that up. And then we're going to pull it down. And that's what we have. Oh, I just had it. I did. I just had it. I don't know. I don't know where the liner went. It went somewhere. I'll find it after the live, I bet you. But anyway, we have that. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to start to prep my face because I did not prep it before. I should have, but I didn't. So I'm going to go in with some witch hazel. And we're going to get into this face application. So let me just get my skin ready. Prepped all the way out. We're going to get this out the way. We're going to get it out the way. We're going to zoom y'all out. We're going to move this mirror back so we can see the face. I'm going to move over. And we're going to get to this face. Okay. Just make sure you get your face. Don't mess up your brows. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Okay. So I'm going to take my toner. So I'm going to spray it. Spray the toner. I'm going to go in and drop something and drop them all and drop everything. Can't. It's okay. We're going to move on. So I'm going to take my Fix Plus. I'm going to spray that too. Just a little bit of it because my skin is really dry. And I'm going to take my hyaluronic acid. This is from Neutrogena. And this is a gel cream. So I'm going to get ready to get hydrated because I really need to be hydrated. So we're going to get all the way in. And I'm just going to make sure that this is soaked in. And then I'm going to go in with my primer. So I'm going to let this sit in for a second while I move something. I'll be right back, y'all. So I'm going to let that sink in. I have a lot of powders. I was watching B. Marie. I love her. I love B. Marie here on YouTube. And I was watching her yesterday. And Tiffany, I forgot, I told her, well, I don't see her here, but Tiffany, she was asking me a bunch of stuff as far as like my foundation and what powders I use and things like that. So I told her I have a lot of setting powders, which I really do. I really do have a lot of setting powders. And she asked me, here goes the liner, I can't. She asked me, well, what do you use besides Ben 9? So I'm gonna go through some of the powders that I use only because I want this to dry. So I'm gonna do that really, really fast and just show you guys some of the powders that I do use. You guys have seen me on my lives use this. This is the Stardust Powder. Stardust by Shapeshift Cosmetics. So yes, it's shapeshiftcosmetics.com. I have Cool Caramel and Beige. No, I'm not gonna use this today. Cool Caramel and Beige. So I have those. I have some Crayon case setting powders. I have N, yeah, I'm fine. I have N and I have O. So O I use under my eyes and N I'll use to like cut my cheek or highlight my nose or my chin. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start implementing my other setting powders because I don't only just use Ben 9. But to be honest, whatever I have here on my table, I try to use, and then it's like I have so much other makeup, it's ridiculous, so they all have to be used. So this is Translucent from Laura Mercier. So I have that one. I have Translucent. I have Medium Deep. I have Medium Deep Glow that has like a little shimmer to it. I may use that today. That's this powder. So the powder that has a shimmery top is the one with the glow powder. What else do I have here? That's in a glow powder, so we're not going to take that. This is Dermablend. I love Dermablend. Dermablend you can set under your eyes. You can set your entire face. Spray it down and go in with your face powder and you'll be good to go. Dermablend is like a tried and true. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't give you too much flashback, especially if you use it to set and then to go. Of course, if you use it to set, you'll be fine. If you use my method, which is setting with this and then going in with a face powder on top, you'll be fine. But make sure you spray after you use this, knock it off, spray, and then use your face powder. You'll be fine. You won't get any flashback. Whether you use it alone or not, you're not going to get flashback as long as you use your face powder after. This is the RCMA powder. This powder is really, really good. This is the no color. Um, it's really good, and it's like I don't use it, but I just have so much makeup. I didn't forget the makeup. I'm gonna do the video of my makeup collection because I need to do that because I have a lot of stuff. But I want to do it on live, if that makes any sense. Like, I want to go live showing you guys because, to be honest, that video is gonna be too long. There's gonna be a lot of editing. I want you guys to actually ask me questions as I'm showing products. If you have a question about that product, I feel like that'll be a better way for me to show you guys my makeup collection. Just like let me know if that's not a good idea. So RCMA powder. I have some more shape shift powders. This is in the color mocha, and this one is in ginger. So ginger, I feel like I'm gonna use ginger all over to set my face today. And mocha's cute. You can contour with her. I may contour with her. I'm not too sure. What else do I have over here? And I feel like that's pretty much it. You know my midnight powders. You know my neutral set. You know my banana. So that's pretty much it. So I feel like I showed you all my setting powders. No, I did not. I have one more. This is from Ace Cosmetics. Yeah, Let's Just Buy Lynn on Instagram. This is her Butternut Beige powder. This powder has like a pinky, no, it's a peachy undertone. So I don't know if you're catching it on camera, but it's so peachy. I feel like if you were darker than me, like, let me see, who can I, like, Viola Davis. Oh my God, if she uses this under her eyes, it'll be perfect because it'll give you the perfect highlighted under eye, but it won't be too bright. It's good for me too, but it's not light enough for me. I lost my little summer tan and I ain't got no more tan. But this powder is really, really good. So, but I mean, I do makeup on other people, so I try to still incorporate and keep powders that I may not like personally, or not even may not like that I'm not using. I'll just dump some out on a bounty or a piece of tissue and I'll use it to set my clients. But I feel like I'm gonna go in with the Crayon Case Chalk Dust today just because it's just laying here. And yeah, so I'm gonna go in. I feel like my face is ready. So I'm gonna go in with the Milk Hydro Grip. And I only use one pump. One pump goes a long way, well, in my opinion. So, and please excuse my nails. I was dyeing hair all weekend. So under my nails are like dyed. It's so annoying. But I'm just going to rub this in. And we're going to get ready to do the face. I don't really have a lot of foundation. I have enough, but I don't have a lot. Like some of them I have to mix. So I'll just show you guys that in my makeup collection video. But foundations, I'm like, I mean, MAC is cool. I used to work for MAC, so I know their product. I love their product. But I feel like they've changed the formula and the colors are off. Because right now I could be like an NC45, but if I try NC45, it'll be pinky peachy on me, which is so weird because the undertone, they've changed it. So, I don't know. But I'm going to go in today with my L'Oreal Infallible. I cannot. I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Superstay. And I'm also going to be using my Black Opal Contour Stick in the color Suede Mocha. And I'm going to cream highlight under my eyes with the same Makeup Revolution concealers. So this is in the color Honey that I'll be using around my mouth. And then this one is Dark Sand for under my eyes. Let me see if I could show you guys. So this one I'll use around my mouth because it's the darker of the two. And then this one I'll use under my eyes to highlight. So I'm not gonna, it's gonna be bright, but it's not gonna be too bright. Yeah, so, and I'm gonna wear them lashes till they fall off. So I'm just going to get my foundation brush. And I'm going to, oh, and I'm gonna be using this Makeup Revolution spray today. I told you guys that I had another makeup setting spray. I have Morph, MAC, Makeup Revolution, Tatcha. Like I said, I'm gonna do a live and I'm gonna do my makeup collection on live. This is the Calming Makeup Fixing Spray. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray my brush. I used to do this a long time ago, and sometimes you do things and then that one day you don't do it, it's like you forget the technique. So I got to get back on my game. So yeah. So I'm going to take 336 and 332, and I'm going to mix the two of them on the back of my hand. I don't want anything to fall. So I'm going to take 2 pumps of 336, and I'm going to take 1 pump of, I'm not probably, hopefully I don't need all this foundation, but it's okay. 332, 1 pump. I'm going to mix the two on the back of my hand, and I'm going to apply it. Do you set the P. Louise base before you put on the eyeshadow? Sorry, I'm late. Girl, that's fine, Stephanie. No, I'll put the base on. I'll pat it into place for a few minutes, like a few seconds. I want to say a few minutes. So you're going to put the base on. You're going to pat it in for a few seconds, and then the base is going to become tacky. So once you put the eyeshadow on, they fuse together. So some people, they put the P. Louise base on and then they go right into foundation. I mean, right into color. You cannot do that. It's like foundation. You're gonna apply it and then you'll blend it out, and you'll see that you'll have a fuller coverage and it's more seamless. So the same thing goes for the base. Or if you want to use a concealer, the same thing applies. Once you apply that product and you're blending it in, it's going to become tacky and it's gonna start to dry, but you're already applying your shadow. So once it's in that drying process, it fuses with the color and it's more pigmented. So I mean, I used to make that mistake before, where I never used to blend in my base. I would just put it on, smooth it, and think it was a go, and it would be dry and patchy looking because the base is setting on it's setting itself, because it's a self-setting base, but you didn't blend it out properly, Diana. So some parts were blended, some parts weren't. So I would have like a really patchy and funky kind of blend. So once I just began to pat it in and let it do its thing for a few seconds and then go in with shadow, I found that I can blend. So that's why I always pat in and then I blend. So I'm just gonna apply the foundation. This is the way I like to apply my foundation. I like to put it on and then I like to blend it out. I don't, sometimes, like I said, sometimes I'll forget, like being lazy or just trying to get things done, or you know, like I don't know why, because I know my technique, I know what works, I know what looks good. So sometimes I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna skip a step. But this is the best way to apply your foundation. Apply it with the brush and then blend it in. It's already where you need it to be, and you just push it in and you go. I'm gonna show you on the other cheek what I'm talking about. So right now I'm just blending this in. Just gonna blend it in. Just blending around a little baby hairs. So I'm gonna go on with the foundation, and I'm not going to apply it with this, and I'm gonna show you why. For one, I'm blending way too much and my hand is already starting to be tired, because the brush and my hand is doing too much work. So you're still gonna get a flawless application, but look, I'm still blending. No, I don't want that. So I like to apply first, placing it where I want it to be. Okay, thanks. No problem, Stephanie. You want to apply it where you want it to be. And then you go in with your buffing brush and you do your thing. It just goes faster. Look, I'm moving and I'm grooving. I'm not like on one spot. And especially like, you know, if you have problem areas like me, my problem areas around my mouth. So I will go in and I'll just make sure that I pat it, and I'm gonna let it sit for a second. So I'm gonna have to see what these baby hairs are doing. And this is a good way too to just, you know, get product blended out under your eyes as well. And you know, you're not gonna mess up your foundation, you're not gonna mess up your eyeshadow, you're gonna be fine. So see, like my whole application is almost done. So I'm gonna take my scarf off. I'm gonna switch to a smaller brush that can give me more. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna see what these baby hairs are doing. I'm gonna see. I'm getting foundation. I knew I was gonna. I just said it to her. I was like, "You gonna get foundation in your hair?" Too late. Let me get this out. Okay, we got it out. Good. Okay, so I'm gonna use this other hand, and I'm gonna see what these baby hairs is looking like. Cause when you're doing makeup around baby hair, tedious work. Tedious work. Hello, so foundation first, then concealer. If you want that, you can do that. If that's what you want. I'm gonna brush my baby hairs out in a minute, so they kind of stick to my head, but it's okay. So honestly, it's a preference. Just like some people do their face and then eyes, I do eyes then face. It's a preference. I feel like if you do concealer first, you may have more coverage under the eyes. So I would say if you don't have like dark circles, if you don't have like a problem area, you don't have like a scar, you don't have to do your concealer first. You can do your concealer after, like I'm gonna do, and then keep it moving. But I find that if you do have issues and you put the concealer first and then you let the concealer just do its thing as you're blending in your foundation, the concealer kind of like melts into the skin, and if you feel like you need to blend out more, you can. But I feel like the more you let concealer sit after you blend it in, looks better, if that makes any sense. So I'm just gonna go right around my forehead. I think I can use this same brush. So remember, I use a darker concealer. I have dark spots like to hide. Yeah. So if you have dark spots and you want to color correct or put concealer first, I would suggest you do that first, and then the foundation will just be extra coverage. You know. So I'm just gonna try to blend this around. Look, I was fighting with this hair lace, so I ain't gonna mess it up. I'm gonna take a smaller brush. I ended up using all that foundation. Oh wow. I'm gonna blend out my baby hairs when I get a second. But yeah, if you find that you have scars you wanna cover, put concealer under, yes. Put the concealer under, set it with a translucent powder, and go over it with foundation. And you may say, why would I set concealer and then I ultimately have to set my face after? It will give you more coverage. Okay, thanks. I love your hair and makeup videos. Oh, thank you so much, Nicole. So yeah, like if you feel like you need the coverage, put the concealer, set it with a translucent, lightly use a fluffy brush and just go over where you know you need that concealer and you need that setting powder. And then when you blend your foundation over, it will glide seamlessly. So put the concealer, set it, knock off that powder, and then do your whole. I used to do that when I had like a lot of dark marks. I would do that. I would do the concealer, set it, knock off the powder, do the foundation, my concealer, highlight, and you wouldn't even know. It's not gonna be cakey or anything like that. It's gonna be fine. Okay, so now that we have the foundation on, and I'm gonna mess with my baby hairs later, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do some concealer work. So the same concealer work I'm doing now, you can do first, because these are creams. So if you blend it in and let the concealer do its thing while you're doing your foundation, it will melt into the skin. And then when you're ready to do that final set, it's gonna be amazing. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I'll probably come, okay, because somebody wanted me to do my brows on camera. I don't remember, and I did that. Maybe tomorrow I can conceal first, let this sit while I'm doing my foundation, and show you how the two of them blend together. Because it's okay, you can do concealer first. So I'm going to put this around my mouth because this is the darker of the two. So I'm just gonna put a little bit here, and it's kind of a peachy color, which is fine. And I'm gonna let it sit. It's good to let cream products sit for a second because they're thick and you want them to warm up. So I'm gonna just put this here, and then I'm gonna go under my eyes. This is in the color Honey Makeup Revolution Conceal and Fix. Now this is in the color Dark Sand, so I'm gonna highlight it. My eyes are small, but I do like lashes. What style and shape of lashes do you recommend? Hey, Chrissy B. I would say stick to 3D Minks. Let me show you guys one of my lashes. Hold on, girl, I'm coming. Okay, so these are my 3D links. These are my 3D Minks, but I'm gonna use this as a example. Now, you said your eyes are small, so this is what my packaging looks like. But I didn't put them on the site. They here and ready to go. I'm just waiting on a few other things. But anyway, I'm gonna show you what they look like. I'm gonna take it out the packaging. So these are my 3D Minks. And I'm gonna show you, this is my 25 milliliter. So I'm trying to, let me see. Can you see it? No. Okay, so these are my 25 milliliters, but these are 3D Minks. These are smaller. It still gives you that sexy flare, but they're not as long. So if you have short eyes, I would say stick to more natural lashes, more lashes that don't say like 25 millimeter or anything like that. Just stick to normal, regular 3D lashes. So this is my 3D Minks. So see, they're not too long. They're not too long. So you want to stick to with lashes that are like not thin, but thin. Like you don't want to hide your eyes and you don't want the lashes to overcome your eyes. So I would say stick to the shorter lashes and make sure you're cutting off the edges. So this is another pair of 3D. Let me just put it on my hand. It's gonna stick, yeah. These are 25 milliliters, right? And they're tailored to my eyes because I cut them. Now, you wanna put them on your eyes and see where you need to cut them off. I don't really do that. What I will do is these have notches. Let me see if I'll show you. These have notches right here. So you will, I cut off 2 notches every time. It does not matter whose lashes. It doesn't matter if it's mine. I bought them. I cut off 2 notches on the ends because because my eyes are very chinky. Like I just do makeup and I create a new shape of my eye. But I feel like when you have chinky eyes or your eyes are small, if you do like a long lash, it's actually cutting off your eye shape. So I would say get you some natural lashes, the regular lashes from the beauty supply store, and you're gonna cut off at least 2 notches even before you try them on. Trust me, you're gonna see where you can cut it because they have little notches. Cut 2 off. You're gonna measure it to your eye and you're gonna see if that's okay. You have to cut off. I say you have to cut off 2 because most of the lashes are extra long. It's just like a frontal. It comes 13 by 4, which is 13 inches. No one's head circumference is 13 inches. They give you some inches and, to, cut away, and they give you some, little leeway and things like that. But natural lashes will be really good, but you're going to have to cut them. No lash is going to fit your eyes perfectly unless you customize them. I even customize mine because my eyes are super duper chinky too, and yeah. So yeah, you can wear any lash you want. Just make sure that you're cutting off that notch and the inner corner as well. Let me tell you guys that. So I'm gonna cut off two notches on this side, and I'm gonna cut off 1 little notch on this side, because you're gonna find that when you wear lashes, it's like this little thing that sticks out. You're gonna want to cut that off. Ah, I dropped my lash. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take that same concealer. I feel like something is sticking me. Ooh, my lash. Okay, so I'm gonna take the concealer and I'm gonna pull it down. I'm gonna take the concealer and pull it down. And I'm gonna go over it with the liquid, so you already know. Something's tickling me right here. Okay, so this is what we have. I'm going to cream contour. I'm gonna be very careful. I'm gonna use my Black Opal foundation stick, Suede Mocha, Suede Mocha, right? Okay, so I'm gonna blend out my contour first. I told you guys flick wherever. So I'm gonna flick again. The concealer stopped, well, the foundation stopped right here. I'm not gonna go past right here. So I'm just going to blend it and I'm gonna push it up. Now that I have, my hair is changed, I'm going to just be very careful. I probably won't even contour my forehead because my forehead is small anyway. So we're just gonna blend this in. I'm gonna blend this up. And then we're gonna go in with that foundation brush. Remember I told you your foundation brush is your best friend. So now that we have that, we're gonna just blend it and that's it. I'm not gonna contour crazy today. Well, I'm not gonna contour till I change my hair. Crazy, basically. I'm not gonna contour like my forehead and things like that. So just soft. I'm gonna blend out the concealer around my mouth. It's nice and warm and worked in. So once you start to blend it, it'll blend away. You don't ever want to just put a product down and start to blend. Sometimes it needs to warm up on your skin. So that's what we have. Now, when it comes to concealer, I feel like I'm going to switch up today. I'm not going to go in with the Makeup Revolution concealer on the top just because I'm just not going to do that. And I have makeup in my baby hair and I have to wipe that off. We have makeup in the baby hairs and we not doing that today. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna hold and I'm just gonna blend back that foundation that I just took off. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm gonna go in with L'Oreal. No, I'm not gonna go. Should I? Let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this concealer. This is Too Faced Born This Way Collecting Dust. This is in the color Warm Sand. My stuff collects dust, I'm telling you. So I'm just gonna go over the concealer. I'm gonna go over the cream, excuse me. The cream concealer. And I'm just gonna let them sit and marry. I'm gonna contour my nose in the meantime. So I'm gonna take a brush. I just had a brush, where'd it go? So I'm gonna contour with a brush. Okay, nope, that's not it. Yeah, this is it. So I'm gonna take an angle brush and I'm just gonna contour my nose with some cream lightly. And then we're gonna close it out. And we're gonna take the foundation brush, because this is how I cheat, and we're gonna just press that into place. And it's gonna blend it for us. So I just want it to be light, soft. I just want a soft contour. So I'm just gonna blend it in. I'm gonna go in and just add a little bit more. So I like to blend away and then reblend, if that makes any sense. And I'm just going to press that in. Okay, so now when it comes to blending out my concealer, I'm gonna take a brush, because I've been using a sponge these past few days. I'm gonna take a brush, a fluffy brush. This is really, really big. And I'm just going to push this product in. Be careful around. Let me move this. Be careful around your liner. And we're gonna look up. And you're just going to press. Muscle memory will help you out, because it was days I thought I was gonna poke myself in the eyes when I first started, but you'll be fine. So just look up and just go lightly. If you want, you can look down. You know what? You can take a mirror. I'm gonna take a mirror. That's what it's here for. And you're gonna look up. And you're gonna blend it down. So that's what we got right now. I'm gonna add a little bit concealer right here, just because I don't want to go too close to the eyeshadow. So this is what we have, okay? And then you're gonna blend it down into your contour. And you're gonna take the same brush and you're gonna go right up against that wing. Right up against the wing, so that the big brush doesn't have to mess with it. And we're just gonna go where we can with it. I'm like, where we can. And I'm gonna take the same thing and I'm gonna do the same thing. And you're gonna look up and you're gonna blend the concealer. So once you let the cream sit under your eyes for a little bit and warm up, and then you add that liquid concealer on top, it's going to blend out perfectly. Trust me. I'm gonna go back in with the foundation brush. You already know, we're gonna clean it up. We're gonna clean it up. Okay? Whatever's left on here, I'm gonna go down the bridge of my nose. And we're just gonna pat around the brow. Don't forget around your nose. I always forget around mine. And we're gonna start to set. So I said that I was going to use the Crayon Case powder. Yes, I did. Did I say that? I did. Okay, so this is this is chalk dust in the color O. So I'm gonna use this under my eyes. I'm not gonna bake with this. It's way too yellow for me. But I'm gonna set my concealer with it. It's super duper yellow. Like, can you see how yellow it is? Wait, hold on. You see how yellow? Like, no. It's a good powder. Don't get me wrong. It's a good powder, but I just don't want to do it. So I'm going to get some on. Take a little bit. And we're going to take our dry beauty blender and we're going to push that product in and make sure that the concealer is smooth because we're about to go in and set. So we're gonna push it in. I love a dry beauty blender. Why? Because it does the blending for you. I want full coverage. If I wanted a natural look, I would wet my sponge, but that's not the kind of girl I am. So I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna take the dry side. I'm gonna get that powder and I'm going to push the powder in. Now we're gonna set under those eyes. The powder's not bad. It's not a bad powder. It's just super duper yellow. And I'm gonna go in again because I'm not gonna bake with this. So I'm just gonna make sure that it's all the way set. So we're gonna push in. Push, 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 push. Okay, and it is set. And I'm gonna take a clean fluffy brush and I'm just gonna make sure that there's no more powder sitting under my face because I don't wanna bake with this powder. Okay, so we're gonna flip it again and we're going to press this in. I love a dry beauty blender. Please, guys, use. Well, this one is good dry. This is the Crayon Case, like I said. So if you can get your hands on this, that's really good. I have like 4 of them. I have a little, not a boo-boo, but right here, I'm gonna zoom y'all in a little bit. My eyes, okay, so girl, I'm working from home and watching at the same time. Hey, where do you work? You working online? Nice. So I'm just gonna clean this up. And I'm just gonna make sure that it's set. Well, not set, but it's blended in. Okay? And now I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna get this powder again. So yeah, the chalk dust is nice. I don't want to bake with it. It's just too yellow, but it's a pretty powder. Like it's a good powder. So I'm just gonna take whatever is left and I'm gonna go under here because I'm gonna start to contour. I didn't set my contour yet, but I will in a minute. I'm just gonna put this on my chin. I don't want to bake. Like I said, we're not baking with this powder. So we're just gonna push it in. I'm gonna take my other powder from the Crayon Case in the letter N, I believe. Yes, in the letter N. And N is a pretty color, but I don't know. For some reason, I just don't want to bake under my eyes with these powders. And I can't give you a good reason why. I just don't want to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna take N. These are like full because I don't use them. Crazy. So I'm gonna take N and I'm gonna get some I'm gonna get some in the cover and I'm gonna take the N and I'm gonna cut my cheek. I'm gonna bake with this powder, but I don't like them under my eyes for some reason. It's not an ugly look. It doesn't look bad. It looks good. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's a weird thing. So what does bake mean? I'm a beginner at this makeup thing. So baking is when you leave powder on a wet surface, concealer, foundation, contour, whatever, and you let the powder just sit there and soak in. I'm gonna bake my nose just because we baking here. So yeah, so baking, that's what baking is. You put concealer under your eyes, or you put foundation on and you just put powder on and you just let the powder absorb into the skin. So right now I'm baking right now, and I'm gonna let this sit on top of my foundation. I'm gonna give myself a highlighted look because I did not contour. I didn't highlight my nose or my forehead, but when you use a lighter powder like this, it will give the foundation or whatever's under it the illusion of being lighter. So you can always cheat. There's ways to cheat when it comes to makeup. Even if I didn't want to put a brighter concealer under my eyes, but I use a brighter powder on top of my foundation. Look how yellow it is. Sorry. Even if I use only foundation all over my face, I could contour with the powder and I can highlight with the powder. And you would think that I use concealer, but it's a way to like manipulate the system kind of. So now that I have that, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna set my whole face. This is in the color Ginger. This is from Shape Shift Cosmetics. I'm trying to like work and clean at the same time. So this powder is dark. So no, this powder is not dark. This powder is more of a cool tone. It's not as yellow as Ben Nye, but it's not dark. It's kind of close to my foundation color. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some powder and I'm going to set my face. So I'm gonna set my contour and I'm gonna set under my bake. I'm gonna set everywhere. Can you just not use foundation and use powder? No, girl. No, girl. So okay, let me break that down. Let me work. Whistle and work. Okay, so say you want it to be super duper natural, right? You don't want concealer, you don't want foundation. That looks very good. Oh, thank you. Say you don't want foundation that day. Say you don't want concealer. You can use a full coverage powder or a natural powder. I'm going to use this all over my face in a minute. Not this one, but I have a bunch of them. So these are my mineralized skin finishes. Mineralized skin finish. Meaning you can get a flawless look with these powders if you were running to the supermarket or you wanted to dab a little bit of concealer under your eyes and go. These powders from MAC, I tried and true. I use them every time I have a client. But the only thing is they do not have coverage. It will give you a soft tint. This is like BB cream in a powder form. So you know some women, they just like that little slight glow and a little tint of color. This is what this is in a powder form. When they used to come into MAC and they say, oh, I want to be natural, I want a 1, 2, 3 everyday look, I would give them BB cream and mineralized powder because they literally do the same thing. One is a liquid, one is a powder. Once you put the BB cream on and it gives you that little bit of tint, you're going to set it in place with the mineralized skin finish and then you're going to be out the door. But that look doesn't work for everybody, especially like if you have scars, you have discoloration, it's not going to work for you. So if you want coverage, I would say do coverage. Or you can do a full coverage foundation and a mineralized powder. I do that all the time. I do my full coverage. I top it off with my mineralized and I'm out the door. Some women like full on full. I'm not a full on full girl. If I'm doing full coverage foundation, I don't need full coverage powder. Some women want that. Some people want that full coverage look, but it's not ideal for everyone. So I would say if you don't have a lot of issues, get you a powder and a nice concealer to, pat in under your eyes, around your mouth and stuff like that, and you'll be good. What's a good moisturizer for oily, dry skin? Right here. I've been using her. Let me get out the way. So this is Neutrogena. This is the hyaluronic acid moisturizer. I used this today to prep my skin. It is a gel-based moisturizer. See, it's not moving. It's a gel-based moisturizer. Everyone needs moisture on their skin. I don't care if you're oily, if you're dry, if you're normal. I'm oily to normal, so normal all around and oily on my T-zone. I still have to moisturize. It does not matter your skin type, if you're dry, you're oily. Anything that is gel is perfect for somebody who's oily and somebody who's dry. So I feel like hyaluronic acid is perfect for any skin type. So I would suggest you get that or anyone that has hyaluronic acid in it because it actually plumps the skin too. So now I'm knocking off my bake because remember I baked under my nose. Under my nose. I baked down the bridge of my nose and I'm going to knock this off too. Okay, perfect. All right, Michelin. So yeah, any type of hyaluronic acid primer is good. A moisturizer, a face mask. If you have like anything with hyaluronic acid is good. I have it just straight out the bottle and I'll just lather it on and watch TV. Skincare is life. Half of my makeup routine is because of my skincare. Like I love skincare. As much makeup as I have a lot of skincare. And skincare is not cheap. So get you some skincare. So I'm just gonna knock everything off and my face is set. So I'm gonna put that powder back. Now the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to contour. Oh, I'm going to bronze. Sorry. I'm going to bronze. There's a difference between bronzer and contour. I'm gonna show you the difference. Let me get the powder. Let me see. Okay, let me get this. Okay, so I'm gonna use this today, and I'm gonna use these two products. So this is Fenty Beauty. This is the Sun Stalker. This is in Cocoa Nutty. I love this stuff. I don't know why I stopped using her, but she's back on the scene. Now, this is Morph. This is a contour and highlighting palette. This is I think it's 8H. I think that's the color of it. So highlight and contour. It says 8H. So yeah, this is what the back looks like. This is the palette. So these are my bronzers. Excuse me. These are my bronzers and these are my highlighters. Now, I didn't show you a contour yet because I'm not there yet. I would rather bronze first, then contour. Bronzer adds warmth and glow to the face. Now, you would say, well, it's a bronzer, it's not glowy. It's just gonna warm your face up. So when you do go to highlight or you do go to contour, it just will marry everything in. So I usually just contour. Today I'm going to bronze. Who am I? But yes, I'm going to take a brush. So this is what Cocoa Nutty looks like. And a bronzer will always be a reddish tone. A reddish tone. Now, contour will always be a cool tone brown. I want to show you guys a cool tone brown really quick. Okay, so this is a cool tone brown. You see how it's just brown and chocolatey? You can use this as a bronzer because this has a little bit of red in it. This is dark brown, cool tone. So basically you could bronze and then you're gonna contour, right? You could say, what's the purpose of bronzing and contouring? It's just adding warmth and depth to the face. So I'm going to bronze with my Cocoa Nutty and I'm going to press her in. And you're gonna see, let me zoom y'all in a little bit. You're going to see that she's going to give me a shadow. She's giving me a little bit of something, but she's not giving me a lot. So a bronzer is just there to just add a little bit of warmth to your face. So we're just going to blend it in. So see, this is a bronzer. Bronzer is just going to add some warmth to the face. Like it's going to give you structure, but it's not going to give you definition. There we go. So bronzer will give you some structure, but contour will give you definition. It's just like when you're doing your shadows. You're gonna do a soft, then you're gonna transition into a darker color. Like that's just what it does. It just warms up the face. So we're gonna blend this in. I'm actually gonna use this on my nose because I don't want my nose contour to be too harsh. So let's do that. So I'm just going to take the same coconutty and I'm just going to go down the bridge of my nose. See, it's just soft. And then you know I always go in and add my contour color in my crease. Can't help myself. It's just something I just always do. So just to warm it up. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm zooming out. I'm going to take my brush that I use to set my face and I'm just going to go up and down and I'm going to blend out that powder. So there, you still have definition and you know, we contoured. I'm going to go in with my foundation brush. My foundation brush is my best friend. Why? Because she helps me to blend out. So I'm just going to go over that too. So my little eraser, okay? I'm going to go back over with the powder and keep it moving. Now I'm going to contour now. Well, not yet. No, I'm not going to contour yet. I'm going to bronze a little bit more. Since I didn't use this palette, I want to be extra. I'm going to go in with this color right here. This is Fabulous, which is another bronzer. It's just a deeper bronzer. And we're going to go right here. You can stop here if you want, but I'm not. So I'm just going to blend it. So you can bronze and contour or vice versa, but some people do both like I'm about to do. So the next thing I'm going to take is my contour palette, which is my Black Radiance contour palette. She all over. So I'm going to take the contour and I'm going to take that same brush, but I'm going to show you where I put the contour. That's the thing. You don't want to put the contour all the way down like you did the bronzer because it's not going to be cute. The contour I keep right here. I just literally right here. So I do a tight C or a little like a, you know, yeah, a tight C or a U right here, right? That's it. We're going to wipe our brush off. Wipe your brush off. And you're going to blend. So you're blending the contour and the bronzer together. I stamped mine in so she's not going to move because I want me a strong contour. But you can take your powder brush and then you can just swivel it in. But I don't like a harsh contour, but I like you to see my contour. That's just what, if I put it on there, I want you to see. Okay. So we're just going to blend it out. Now I'm going to take my mineralized skin finish. Why? Because it's a finisher. It's a powder that you can use on its own, but it just gives you like this soft, buffered, filtered, you know, look. So I'm going to go in with dark or dark golden. Let me see. I'm going to go in with dark. It's very soft to the touch. You could barely see it on my finger. It's soft to the touch. You could barely even see it. So I'm just going to get a little bit of that. And we're just going to blend. This powder is so soft. If you have not tried it, get it. And it's just a perfect buffer for you to blend everything in. And that's what we have. So now that we're all set, we contoured, we highlighted. I'm a blush today because I just feel extra. So we're gonna blush. So I'm gonna take the blush binder from the Crayon case. I'm like from the Crayon case. And I'm going to take, this is page 1. Page 1, row 2. Right there. And I'm going to take my contour brush, just because we're gonna wipe it off. And I'm gonna get a little bit of powder. We're gonna smile. We're just gonna add it right there. Just a little bit, right? Okay. I don't blush too heavy, I don't blush too hard. Sometimes I blush, sometimes I don't. So we're just gonna blend that all in. And we're gonna blend it down, okay? Blend it all in. I'm extra, like I said, extra. So I'm gonna take some Studio Fix powder just under my eyes lightly, NT45, just lightly. Nothing too, but we're gonna get it done. And I'm gonna take the same brush that has my that I use to blend out my concealer. You can go back in and use these brushes. They're dry. They're dry. So I'm gonna just tap it in because we didn't use it in a while, so it's dry. Tap, and then I'm gonna look up, and I'm just going to tap this powder into place. Sometimes you may need this, sometimes you may not. But remember, I used that crayon case powder, and I felt like it was too yellow, but I used it anyway. This is gonna tone that down and just buffer everything in. And I'm not using a lot of it. I'm gonna take the same powder and I'm gonna go around my brows, and I'm gonna go around my forehead. We're gonna take it down the bridge of the nose. We're gonna take it on the chin. Okay. Take your powder brush and you're gonna just blend everything in. Blend, blend, blend. Blend it all in. Now I'm gonna take my Makeup Revolution calming spray. I told you I'm running low on my Fix Plus, but it's okay. I got another one in the closet. Don't worry about it. So I'm gonna spray. With this, I need to spray a little bit longer because I feel like the Fix Plus sprays out a bunch, and this is kind of like short little sprays. Okay, so now that my skin is set, I'm going to prep my lashes. I feel like I'm gonna throw these lashes out because they've served this purpose. Let me get all my brushes together because we're going live again tomorrow, so I have to make sure they're clean. So while my face is drying, I'm gonna get my brushes in order because as soon as the live is over, they're going to be washed. So we're gonna put this aside. I'm just letting my skin do its thing while I clean up really fast. Does anyone have a question? Okay. So I have a bunch of highlighting things over here because I find that once I use something, I will stick to it. I have more than enough. I could come on here with a foundation for 2 weeks. So I need to utilize everything I have. So where's my other one? I'm looking for the other lash. Where did I put it? I'll tell you, I can't find nothing. Oh, okay. And this is another contour palette that I have, but I'll be using this tomorrow. I'll use this tomorrow since I already contoured. But that has a bronzer in it that I could use and contours. So we're gonna use that tomorrow. I'm just trying to find my lash. Okay, found my lashes. So I'm gonna prep my lashes and then I'm gonna highlight in the meantime. So in the meantime, in between time, okay? So let me do this. We're gonna set this up and then I'm gonna highlight. I'm gonna show you guys some of the highlighting powders I have because I have quite a few, you know, highlighted over here. So let me show you guys some of those. So this is the glow powder I was telling you guys about from Laura Mercier. This is a translucent medium deep. I'm gonna use this as my base highlight. I'm taking it back because I used to use 3 and 4 highlighters, so she's back. So this is gonna be my base highlight. When I say base highlight, this is gonna be my buffer. So I'm gonna put this on. It's gonna be super smooth. Everything I put on top of it will blend out effortlessly because I already have a buffer. Okay, so I have, this is Beaming Blush from MAC. So this is it has like a pinky gold. You see the shift? So pretty. This is the Honor Roll from Crayon Case. You already know what they look like, so I ain't got to show you. This is super affordable. This is Makeup Revolution. This is the Cheek Kit. Don't Hold Back. I believe this is in dark. So these are a bunch of highlighters, super cute. I feel like I got this for like $8 from Ulta. I'm trying to get the lighting to be correct. Yeah, there we go. This one is super duper white, so this is actually what it looked like. And this is this was my tried and true. I loved her. She stuck with me forever. Never. I love her. This is the Hyper Glow Real from MAC. I'm pulling out a lot of MAC stuff. Okay, so this is the highlighters. So it goes from darkest to light. Super duper pretty. Love these. I don't even know. They be hiking their stuff up. I can't even tell you how much that costs. What else do I have here? I think that's pretty much it. Um, yeah, that's no. I got one more highlighter. This is my tried and true, keeping it real OG. If you're an OG MAC person, you should know this highlighter because it was discontinued for a long time. They brought it back. This is, I'm gonna use it today too. This is golden bronze. It's so pretty. Let me see if I could show you. Look how pretty that is. Like, and this is the true color that you seeing. It's the true colors. Yeah, I love this. So I'm gonna use whatever's on the top. You already know I work from the top. There's no other way. So I'm going to put that back, and I'm going to highlight. So I'm gonna use my glow. I didn't show you guys the glow. It looks like a dark powder, but it's really not dark. It's the prettiest thing you will ever see. Like, from Caucasian to the blackest of berries, the sweet of the juice, it looks good on them, okay? Which is super duper weird because you would think if you're darker and you use something that's really, that's meant or could be used on somebody lighter, it's not gonna look good. This is a glow powder, so it's going to give you a glow whether you're light, dark, medium, in between, red, green, black, and yellow. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with some of the powder on the side of my brush, and you guys gonna see, I'm gonna zoom y'all in a little bit. I don't want the lighting to get tricky on me, so I'm gonna zoom y'all back out because it was looking weird on my side. Okay, so I'm gonna put it, do you see that? Like, and you would not think that this will give you a glow because of the color and how deep it is. So pretty, and I have a lot. I'm gonna have this about for 50 more years. But yeah, so you're just gonna blend it, but look how pretty and glowy that is. You would think that it wouldn't give you a glow because it's a deep powder. I actually have this powder in a setting powder, the same color but without the glow, and it's good for someone like my tone to set all over your face. But when they came out with this, I said, let me try this out. So I'm gonna do the side, and you're like, come on, it's so pretty. Then, you know, we're gonna go in with our buffer powder brush. I'm gonna blend it out. Oh, my lashes, my lashes, my lashes. Nobody told me about my lashes. Y'all was gonna let my lash glue dry out? Dang. Okay. So I'm gonna pop these on. You can pop them on too, just make them get tacky, you see? Okay. Okay. So I'm like, I looked over like, my lash glue is getting clear. You don't want it to get clear. You want it to look like blue, like a light blue color, and you'll be good. So I'm gonna pop these on. And my eyes sit different. Everyone's one arm is longer than the other, you know. So this eye always sits kind of funny, so I gotta make sure that I get it right. Okay, so we got the glow. I'm telling you guys, look at this. So we're gonna put it back. I'm trying to work and clean at the same time, you know. Okay, so the next powder is the MAC powder. This one, she packs a punch, so I'm not gonna put too much of her on. So I'm just gonna get her on the side of my contour brush and look like them together. This is my ultimate favorite, and it blends so well. So if you feel like your highlight sticks on your skin or it doesn't give you like that wet look, that glow, use a highlighter that is not as bright but is very blendable. Like me, I used a highlighting buffer, then I highlighted on top. And then we're gonna take the powder. Okay, and this is my contour brush, okay, and I'm just gonna use, and I'm gonna highlight. So I highlight and I contour with this brush. So you contour on this, on the tip, and you highlight on the shine. Okay, so I'm just gonna do that. Okay, and you're gonna put it. Okay, now with me, I feel like everything looks good, so we want do what we do. You're gonna spray again because we are Almost done. Where'd I put my spray? Okay, I hid it behind my brushes. So this is the same Makeup Revolution. Something's tickling me. My Makeup Revolution spray. So I'm gonna spray. I don't spray close. You'll see me like holding it. I let it like rain down on me, like SWV. Yeah. So rain down. And then you're gonna set your face. I like a wet set. A wet set is where you can visibly see your face is wet, but it's not soaking wet. It's just moist. So that's what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna let my lippies live today, because I've been showing y'all all the lippies. I didn't show you all the lippies, all the colors, but I've been showing you some other colors. But we're gonna put Dainty Tresses lip gloss and lip liners and lip sticks on hold for today. I'm gonna switch it up for y'all. They'll be back tomorrow though. Okay, so I'm going to take, this is the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. So I have Unbuttoned and Unveiled. And I only use this maybe twice. This lash is tickling me. I only use it maybe twice, so I'm going to pull them out. So this is Unveiled. So I'm going to line my lips with Unveiled. I'm overline. I don't need to, but no. And you know I'm going to fill in the corners. Just cause. And then these are lip paints. So they're liquid lipstick. And I only, I've been on here for almost over an hour. Okay. Okay, so this is unbuttoned. So this is Unveiled. And this is Unbuttoned. I feel like I'm gonna pull out my Dainty Tresses gloss though. So I'm gonna pull out the Dainty Tresses gloss, just cause I need me a gloss, and I don't have her lip glosses. Oh, thank you so much, Chrissy B. So I don't have her glosses, so I'm gonna use my own. Coming soon, they here. I just ain't put it on site, you know. But so pretty. So we're gonna put this in the middle. So pretty. We're gonna clean up. We're gonna take that concealer brush. And we're gonna blend that out. I'm gonna go here because over here is bothering me for some reason. We're gonna just touch it up. We're gonna touch up the brow. I feel like my brow was kind of giving me something weird. Okay. And we're gonna blend it out. And then I'm gonna pull out my gloss because you know I love my gloss. So coming soon, they here. So I'm just gonna put some on the back of my hand. And best brow pencil or pomade. I'm a brow pencil girl. I don't like pomade. It's too much work. And I'm just tucking it in. This is cute. Yeah, I feel like pomade is too much work. Pomade is good if you have a full brow, meaning you have the beginning, the middle, and the end. Let me take this on my hand. Brow pomades are good if you have a beginning, a middle, and an end. But what if you want to create a brow from scratch? I feel like that's too much work. So, my final touches. And where is my comb? My final touches. I'm gonna brush out my baby hairs. This comb is wet. This brush is wet. We're gonna brush out the baby hairs because I don't want them to be crunchy on my head. Brush out the baby hairs. I always gotta go back. Can I move y'all back? I don't want y'all to drop. Don't fall, y'all, don't fall. I love your makeup, my love. Beautiful. Oh, thank you so much, Michelin. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. You know, for always tuning in when you can, girl. I appreciate you. But let me move back a little bit. I just want to brush out the baby hairs a little bit. Where my comb at? My baby hairs a little bit. Brush them out a little bit. And take the clips out. And oh, I got another clip. I thought it was done. But this is the look. I don't want the lighting to be weird. My lash is coming off. Hold on, y'all. I knew something was up. Hold on 1 second. Let me fix my lash. Let me fix my lash, y'all. I want my lip to be a little lighter. Just a tinge. Oh, I done dropped all the palettes. Not all of them, but some of them. I'm gonna use a gloss from my line. This is in Skin Tight. It's so pretty. It's a gloss. I'm just going to add a little bit just to brighten this up. There we go. I feel like it was a little too dark. Yep, there we go. Where'd I do little thing? Just a little gloss. Where's the thing? I can't with my life right now. Are you serious? Okay, so let me, what am I gonna do now? So yeah, but I had to take that lash off because it was not sitting well for me. But I'm gonna pop one on really quick. Oh, that ain't even it. 1 second, y'all. I'm looking for something. I'm always looking for something, right? Always looking for something. All the time. All the time. All the time. Ooh. Uh-oh. Nope. Nope. I'm going to, I think I'm going to change my lash because I want something natural. So I'm going to pop on another lash. I feel like. So here's another one. So we're going to pop on one of these. Well, I'm just looking for another lash. I'm going to change this one because they kind of beat up. Give me 1 second, y'all. Looking for something. I don't find a lash. I got too much stuff. That's what it is. Okay, so I found another pair of lashes. I'm going to switch them up. I feel like those are beat up. And then I stand on my eyes. So I'm just going to pop these on really fast. I got my Gots to Be glue rolling around. Let me see these lashes. Yeah, I feel like these are better. Okay, so I'm gonna cut off the ends like I was telling you guys earlier. Let me zoom in. I can't see. So let me get out the way. So I'm gonna cut the ends, and I'm gonna cut one. So I cut one off, and then I'm gonna cut the tip. So I'm gonna do that for both sides. So we're gonna cut off, really, literally just cut off right here. Just that one, because usually they don't fit my eyes anyway. And then I'm gonna cut the front. Usually this is what I do. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit because the color be going off. I'm gonna show you what I usually do when I'm not on live. Don't do this. Hi, Martina and Florencia. How are you guys? Okay, so this is what I do when I'm not on live. I line my eye just right here, just slightly with the glue. I don't really put the glue on the lashes. I only do that for live. And then I'll just go in with a little bit of glue. Just like right on top of my liner. Let me see. And then I'm going to pop the lashes on. So this is this side. So I'm gonna pop it on. And you see, it just attracts. Like, I can't, I just love it. I like mine a little flared up. So I'm just gonna push it on. But as you can see, they just go right on. I just like this glue. This glue is really, really good. Where'd it go? The Super Strong Hold from I Envy. It's really good. And I'm just gonna pop it on. And that's it. Very good, thanks. Okay. She doing good. I'm happy you're doing good. So I'm gonna flip this one just a little bit. Cute, thank you. And then that's it. I want this one to sit up a little bit. Okay. My thing is not plugged in. I can't. Samar, can you plug in my charger? It's saying that my phone's gonna die.
It is plugged in.
I don't know why it's saying it's gonna die. It's so weird. I found it. It was on my pants. Okay. I'm not sure. I can't tell. But I'm trying to tap. I don't want it. Can you give me a favor? Do me a favor.
I'm plugging it out. I'm about to plug it back in, right?
Okay.
I plugged it in.
I don't know. Can you pass me the remote for this? Let me turn down the light really quick. Thank you so much. I'll turn down the light a little bit. Let me see. Okay, this is better. Oh no, what happened? Let me see, somebody said. Yes, your makeup is very beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. Let me move back a little bit. Can I?
I switch it. Now it's working?
And this is the finished look. The hair is messing with the lighting, unfortunately. But this is the finished look.
You can't there.
No, I didn't see her today. But this is the finished look. I will be back on tomorrow with another look. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be back on tomorrow and Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm in New York. So I will be back to see, I'll be back to see all you guys here. And I hope you guys have a great night. And until tomorrow, I'll see you later.